It's a lively, happy place. You've got kids playing every single day, families taking walks together, and the older folks just relaxing on benches, watching the world go by. It's that classic communal space that exists in almost every culture, a real hub of life and connection. But our focus is quickly drawn away from the big crowd, straight to one specific bench under a huge old tree. And here is where we meet our main subject. This is Mr. Wilson. He's an older gentleman, think white hair, kind eyes, and just this really gentle smile. He's got a very specific, unbreakable routine. He wears a brown jacket, walks with a cane, and arrives at the park every evening just before sunset. But there's a catch. There's a distinct anomaly in this picture. Next to Mr. Wilson, there isn't just an empty spot on the bench. He actually brings a simple wooden chair with him. Every single day. Rain or shine, summer or winter, Mr. Wilson places this empty wooden chair right next to him. So naturally, this routine creates a massive sense of mystery, not just for us, but for the actual people in the town. Like, why does he bring that chair? The townspeople notice this routine, of course. They're super curious. They whisper to each other from a distance, trying to guess what the deal is with this piece of furniture. But, you know, human nature is funny. Nobody actually has the guts to just walk up and ask the guy. They observe this daily ritual from afar, and the mystery just keeps growing. And that brings us to the second and honestly much more important question. Who is he waiting for? Because a chair implies a person, right? An empty chair implies an absence. Enter Tommy. Tommy is a 10-year-old boy with bright, curious eyes. He's usually busy running around, climbing trees, doing typical after-school stuff. But Tommy notices Mr. Wilson, and unlike the adults who just whisper behind their hands, Tommy's curiosity becomes a driving force. He watches Mr. Wilson for days, and then weeks. He realizes that absolutely nobody ever comes to sit in that chair. The burning question of who is he waiting for just becomes way too much for Tommy to ignore.
So, Tommy finally makes his move. He approaches, sits down on the bench, after a really warm greeting for Mr. Wilson, takes a deep breath, and asks the exact question that everyone else was way too afraid to ask. Why do you bring this chair every day? Are you waiting for someone? Now, Mr. Wilson's reaction here is absolutely crucial. He isn't defensive at all. His smile softens, his eyes kind of look far away, and he just falls into the state of deep nostalgia. He recognizes that Tommy's curiosity is totally genuine, and he decides right then and there to share his truth.
Let's map out the life cycle of this connection, because it's like a giant puzzle of a lifelong bond. Phase 1, childhood. Mr. Wilson and his best friend Henry actually grew up together, playing in this very same park, just exactly like Tommy does now. Phase 2, youth. They went to school together, navigating all those awkward formative years side by side. Then phase 3, adulthood. Even as they grew older and, took on real-world responsibilities, they maintained their bond. Every evening after work, they'd meet on this exact bench. They talked about their families, their dreams, their problems. They laughed, and sometimes they just sat there in comfortable silence. But then, we hit phase 4, separation. Life got in the way. Henry's family had to move to a totally different country for work. He literally had no choice. And just like that, their daily physical connection was severed. The goodbye was heartbreaking, but also really profound. On their very last day, sitting on that bench, Henry looked at him and delivered these words, "My friend, I must leave, but I will never forget you. You will always be in my heart." And Mr. Wilson replied with the exact same sentiment. But honestly, the reality of that physical absence took a huge toll. Mr. Wilson kept coming to the park every evening, but he noticed that the bench just felt wrong. It felt, in his own words, too empty. And that deep feeling of emptiness, that is exactly what birthed the daily ritual of bringing the wooden chair. Now, what's really interesting here is Mr. Wilson's mindset. It holds this incredibly beautiful duality. First, we have the past. The empty chair is a physical manifestation of hope for an old friend's return. Mr. Wilson hopes that maybe, just maybe, one day Henry will visit. Maybe he'll surprise him. And if he does, well, his chair is going to be right there, waiting and ready. It's a gorgeous tribute. But then we also have the future. Mr. Wilson explains to Tommy that the chair also means he is ready for a new connection. Someone totally new might come along, sit down and talk with him. Someone actually exactly like Tommy. And this brilliantly illustrates the central thesis of the whole story. Listen to this. Friendship is not just about the past, it's also about the present and the future. I mean, wow. Mr. Wilson isn't just trapped in his memories of Henry. He isn't using that empty chair as some sort of barrier to keep people away. Instead, he views the empty chair as being completely full of possibility. It's literally an open invitation to the universe.
This realization changes absolutely everything for Tommy. He stands up, slowly moves the empty chair a little closer and asks, "Mr. Wilson, may I sit here with you?" And guys, the emotional climax hits right here. Mr. Wilson's eyes fill with happy tears. His voice physically shakes as he tells Tommy that he has just made an old man very, very happy. They sit together, they talk about school, the park, the birds. They sit and watch the stars come out, and from that day forward, Tommy came to the park every single evening. They became the absolute best of friends, sharing stories and laughter. And that chair, it was never empty again. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is the definition of true friendship. It's keeping a place in your heart for the people you love, regardless of distance. The story explicitly tells us that friendship isn't about physical proximity. It's not measured by how many miles away someone lives or even if you see them every single day. True friendship is about presence, an emotional presence that lives entirely in the heart, not on a physical park bench.
So let's break down the real, actionable lessons from this explainer. Number 1, keep a space in your heart. Just like that physical wooden chair, you need internal emotional space reserved for the people who matter. Number 2, distance doesn't end a friendship. Henry moving across the world didn't destroy his bond with Mr. Wilson, it just changed the format of it. Number 3, stay open to new connections. This is so vital. Honoring your past shouldn't prevent you from experiencing the beauty of the present. And finally, number 4, believe in hope. Bringing that chair every single day was an act of radical, stubborn optimism by Mr. Wilson. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to really reflect on. Who are you keeping an empty chair for? Whether it's an old friend who moved away a long time ago, or a completely new connection you haven't even met yet. I really hope this analysis encourages you to keep that space open, hopeful, and ready. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and keep exploring those brilliant concepts. See you next time.